Hello. Okay, let me see. Hey, everyone. I am going to double check that I'm not in my own training group. I know I'm early. That's just who I am as a person. So while I wait, I'm going to jam a little bit. Okay? Sounds good. If y'all are hopping on, say what's up. I don't know if I can see comments. I don't typically go live on my computer, but let me pause that. Okay. Like I said, I don't typically go live on my computer. So, okay, here we are. Now I can see everything. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? Um, okay, so first of all, whoa, I cannot, I have this saying, anybody, if I can do this, anybody can do it. And I always say that because, I'm not special, but I want to, kind of reiterate that I am special, and so are you. So, yes, although it's not hard work, it's hard work, and I'm gonna pat myself on the shoulder being asked to even come here because I have something to offer y'all and y'all have something to offer me. So I have been loving learning from everyone. Lots of new things that I want to implement into my business. As we know, we can't implement everything, but we can definitely implement something. So, hey guys. Okay, first of all, I am not your rainbows and butterflies leader. Okay, I'm not here to be like your excuses. Your situation does matter, but when I say if I can do this, anyone can do this. Okay, I have every reason, every excuse, every sad story in the book. Okay, that would have been like, oh, Marissa should not have been anything, right? Anything, not even just Scentsy, in general. So when I say if I can do this, I mean if I can do this, so can you. So a little bit about me now that people are hopping on. Oh my gosh, I see so many of my friends, my real life friends. I was really nervous, guys. I'm not gonna lie. This is a big group. There's 6.6 thousand people in this group. So for me, I have about 200 people under me. So, that's a big difference of the audience that I am used to speaking in front of. But I am a firm believer that you wouldn't get asked to do opportunities that you weren't made for. So here I am, and I am ready to go. My name is Marissa Faulkner. If y'all read my little quick introduction post, like I said, I am early. I'm supposed to be talking at 1, but I'm an early person. I didn't want to sit here and wait and twiddle my thumbs any longer because I got shit to do. So I am no mess at all. I believe that I have a tender heart, but I also can see through the BS, right? And I think that intuition has aided my journey to success. I am a boy mom. I have a 5-year-old son who's a little rock star. If y'all are friends with me on any of these social media platforms or in real life, y'all know that we got rock star children. And then I have a 2-year-old son whose name is Zen, Zen. That's his name. That's his real name. And he's anything but. It's a big cosmic joke because he's just pure chaos. So hopefully when he grows up, he'll grow into his name. But yeah, I have 4 giant, obnoxious rescue dogs, which I'm sure will come annoy me because that's their favorite pastime is to, when I'm going live, they want to come up and jump on me. I'm a wife. I'm a stay-at-home worker. I work Scentsy full time. And like I said, this really does, okay, this pays my bills. So I'm very serious about it. Okay. But although it pays my bills, it's my hobby too. So a lot of people are like, oh, you're full time or you're a hobbyist. I'm both. This is my fun, side hustle. Okay. That's what this started out as. I never would have known that I would be in the position that I'm in today, making the money that I am in today, influencing the people that I do influence today. But I do still believe that this is fun. Okay. So, and I think that also helps my success. So what I'm going to be talking about is how to have my original topic was creating a sticky culture. So today's all about, I have a team. What do I do now? And my original topic was creating a sticky culture. And as I was diving deeper into this topic, I kind of was like, hold up. Let's be clear. No matter how sticky your culture is, no matter how good your team page is doing, no matter how good you, no matter what, there will always be people who leave, and it has nothing to do with you. Okay? If you're putting in your all, giving more than you take, those core values of Scentsy, they matter, okay? And if you are constantly giving more than you take, you're an encourager. I like to say that, like, I am a coach and a cheerleader, right? Like, I am here to, if you want the real truth, if you want, hey, this is my struggle, this is my obstacle, I'm going to tell you how to create an opportunity out of that obstacle. So that's where my coaching comes in. But if you want a cheerleader, I'm good with that role too. We just need to have mutual respect, open communication, and a mutual respect, really. I'm big on mutual respect, to know what you need from me so that I can be that for you. Okay, so I don't believe that, I think that you can be the best, most caring, most rainbows and butterflies leader in the world, and people are still going to walk away, right? Because it's a them thing. It's not a you thing. So when I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about this sticky culture, how did I create a sticky culture? Because, you know, I'm nowhere near as big as some people are, and maybe never will be, but I'm much better than I was 5 years ago when I started, right? I started thinking like, okay, let's move past sticky culture and let's get into the nitty gritty and what makes me me. I am magnetic, okay? I'm very spiritual. I'm very, that this is who I am, and I'm owning it, right? I'm walking into my power. I believe in myself, okay? And I believe in the people around me, and I think that is the foundation of when sticky meets magnetic, right? Because they're kind of the same thing, right? Magnets pull in, stickiness holds in, right? They're kind of the same thing, but they do act differently simultaneously. Does that make sense? Okay. So first, I have a little bit to talk about sticky culture, and then we're going to dive into magnetic presence. Okay. So the foundation of it all is to build a belief, right? If you're a leader and you're wondering why your team is not following you, okay, because that's what leaders do, right? They lead from the front, so you should have people behind you. I'm like a wolf pack leader, so I like to kind of like push my people in front of me and let them know that, hey, I got your back here, right? Like, I'm looking ahead, but like I'm ready to pounce and run up to the front if you need me. But like, there's this, y'all hear my dogs, there's this saying, I think Fifi said it earlier, we're creating leaders, not leeches, and I am so into that. I'm so into that. We are not creating leeches. You are not disposable. You don't need to be able to contact people 24/7, y'all. Like, you need to take some time for yourself. So when you're creating this culture, you have got to create a belief system, right? A belief in yourself. You have to believe that you are a badass leader. If you have one person under you, they trust you enough to join you, right? Even if y'all are like starting together, they trust you enough to start doing this with you. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to believe in them. But most importantly, you have to believe in Scentsy, okay? I think one of the core things, and you'll notice like all of the SSDs, they're not doing multiple businesses, okay? They're not doing multiple network marketing things, okay? You'll hear that, oh, I used to do this, that, and that. Now I'm just Scentsy. I need you to pick up on those whys. Like, why are they saying that? So you have to have a strong, deep-rooted belief in Scentsy, and you have to have a strong, deep-rooted belief in self-development. Y'all, I am a training junkie. I almost don't even watch TV anymore. I find that I love to read. So at night I will read, like, that's my like entertainment. But as far as like during the day, I am constantly on subscribing to new leaders YouTube channels, subscribing to self-development YouTube channels, or subscribing to things that make me feel good and make me feel motivated, okay? But here's the thing with motivation. if you're only doing things when you're motivated, that will run out, because motivation is a human emotion, okay? And human emotions, I don't know if y'all have ever met a human before, but like that's the most unpredictable thing you can work with. So don't wait till you're motivated, right? Find motivation. And that's why I'm constantly subscribing to new channels and new things. We're going to talk about what you download, okay? And I'm not talking on your computer. I'm talking about what do you download in your heart, in your soul. What are you downloading, okay? So you've got to be all in. You've got to be Scentsy ride or die. If you want to make real money doing this, I would say, like, obviously, once you hit SSD, there's not another title, but I would run towards SSD, okay? Like, a lot of people are like, oh, don't be title orientated. But I think that when you're running towards SSD, everything else will fall into place. So get super serious about your dreams, right? Like, believe in them. Believe in them even when, like, laser focus into your dreams, okay? Believe in them. Be all in. Be all in for yourself. I'm looking at my kids right now. I'm all in for them, right? I've never missed a moment. I started Scentsy when my firstborn was 2 months old. And like I said, it started off as a hobby. All I wanted was, I was a high-risk pregnancy, so I actually had to drop out of nursing school. I was in nursing school at the time, and I just had to make a choice. Everything is a choice, right? And the universe really just like laid this out for me. I was never recruited. It just all fell into place. And when I started, it was a hobby, but it was a consistent hobby. And I knew I've made very little. I've made a lot, right? I knew that this opportunity was solely based on the amount of work that I was able to put in. And that was so attractive to me, right? It wasn't like, oh, I've worked. So I also come from the restaurant industry, right? Like, I'm going to have to work 6 shifts, this, this, that, and that. This was a little bit of work all the time versus like grueling work. Yeah. What is it, baby? 1 second, guys. What is it?
Can you have the Play-Doh?
Absolutely. Play-Doh. Y'all, if I don't let y'all, a lot of people are like, you let your kids have Play-Doh? You let your kids have sand? Yes, I do. I absolutely do.
Hi.
Say, hey, what's up?
What's up?
Okay, go. This is Zayden. Like I said, he's my rock star.
Hey,
Hey. Okay, sorry, this one's a little hard.
I got that.
Okay, go. Thank you. Go ahead. Go to the living room.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so be all in. That's my first tip, okay? So another tip is don't be the only expert. Like I said, there's that saying, like, if you're the smartest person in the room, you need to change your room. And I do believe in that. If you are the expert at all things, that's going to become overwhelming. You're going to get burnt out. Trust me, been there, done that. You want to create an A team of people around you, right? Maybe they're not right directly under you. Maybe they're, for instance, I see my girl Fallon on here. Let me tell you, I was voice texting her yesterday, and she was feeding my soul, okay? Feeding my ego. I don't even want, like, literally, that's okay. Sometimes we need to feed our egos. But she's an expert around me, right? Like, I'm not the only expert I know, right? I am surrounding myself with people who are doing things that I want to do, either with me or better than me, okay? And then the other people around me are people who want to do things with me or as good as me, because I want to bring them up with me, right? So don't be the only expert. If you are watching bomb ass trainings on YouTube, you should probably be sharing them, right? I hear the same. I've been in business for, it'll be 6 years in February, and I've heard the same messages quite a few times, handful of times, right? The same messages over and over again. But sometimes the way someone says it or the energy that someone brings to it, I'm like, okay, what up? That clicked. I'm into that, right? Like, I know I've heard that message before, but how you just said that spoke to me, right? And I am a weirdo, guys. I don't know if y'all saw, but like, I'm a unique person. So I tend to, we'll get into this magnetism, attract unique people. And when they say things in a certain way that I haven't heard them before, because you learn in this business, a lot of people want to be like everybody else. That's not what we're doing. It's okay to be weird. It's okay to be off. It's okay to be spunky. It's okay to be unique, okay? Like, I have lived my whole life as the weird girl, okay? That's okay. It used to bother me. I'm almost 30 years old now. And now I am stepping into my power, and I embrace that. Yeah, like I like things that are not mainstream. That's okay. That's okay. It doesn't make me any less. It doesn't make me any better. It just makes me me, right? And the audience that I attract in the last 5 or so years are people like me, and that's okay. That's the beauty of this business, right? I'm a boy mom. I'm attracting boy moms. I'm not a, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am a Halloween lover. I'm attracting Halloween lovers. Oh, you like witchy stuff? I like witchy stuff. I'm attracting that. Things like that. There's enough of everyone to go around. So find what you like and do it well. And don't be ashamed of it. Be yourself unapologetically, okay? So, what's next? I do have notes. And y'all, I'm not even going to lie to you. I went to the gym this morning, had a whole page of notes, and one of my damn dogs literally ate them. I'm not even kidding. Like, y'all, my dog ate my homework. My dog ate my notes, okay? They're trying to make me not be great, okay? I was so pissed. I was so angry. I was like, this dog, I give you every shelter, all the things, and you're going to do me like that? So I had to come up really quick with some new notes that had to be saved on my computer because, dare I say, she do it again. Woof, she gonna get it. Does anyone else have that? Does anyone else have that situation going on? Okay. Like, for instance, I used to be afraid to admit that, like, okay, like, we're in this stage of, like, gentle parenting, right? That's not me. I'm not a gentle parent. I'm not a mean parent. I'm not a bad word parent, but, like, no, like, you don't get to scream at me. We're not doing all that. Like, you gonna go scream somewhere else and we're gonna each take a break, right? And I used to be afraid to talk about that. And then when I stopped, I'm like, listen, I am an F-bomb mom. Like, I'm sorry. Like, my kids have heard that word before. I realized that there were a lot more people on my timeline that were like me than not like me, right? And that's who I'm talking to. That's all right. That's all right, okay? If it's not for you, it's not for you. But it's for them, and that's who I'm talking to, okay? So, okay, on the term of we're not creating leeches, we're creating leaders. My team, I'm sure I have a ton on here right now because I was pumping myself up and was like, hey, I need some names coming over here. They know that that's like a motto for me. I am not disposable. I'm not here to answer. I could be better about that. I could be better about how, like, I heard someone was talking about Project Broadcast earlier and how, I think it was a girl named Vanessa, and how it's a quick text. I do like that idea, but I haven't dove into Project Broadcast yet. So at this point in my business, I'm not someone who's like, this is like, I'm not doing tax for you. I'm not looking like time zone converting to you. I'm too busy for that. Okay. So those were boundaries that I had to create and let my team know, right? Like, that's not my job, right? My job is to show you how I have created the life that I live today, and bring you here with me. So, with that being said, you can't be everybody's hero, right? I know. As leaders, you want to help everyone. You want to save everyone. The longer you're in leadership, you're going to realize that leadership can be lonely. It can. People are going to, it's like the waiter at the restaurant, right? Say your food comes out wrong. I mean, I'm not like this, but there are people out here, right? I don't want to say Karen because I know a lot of nice Karens, okay? So I hate that term is like, oh, she's a Karen. I'm like, there's some really nice Karens, so I don't want to go there. But I will say, so say your food comes out wrong and you're all pissed about it, right? Like, my food, blah, blah, blah. You know, I waited tables and bartended for so long. This has happened. You know, your waiter is who gets blamed for that when they didn't even cook the food, right? So that is leadership in a nutshell. You're going to get blamed for things like, not blamed, but your frustration is going to be taken out on you for things that are outside of your control. And you've got to learn how to roll it off your back, right? And then you've also got to learn to create the boundary of how people talk to you, how people treat you, your culture in your team page. So, like, for me, I don't care what it is. If it's negative, instantly delete it. And I'll tell you out privately why it's deleted, but I'm not giving that stuff. Rotten apples will kill a tree. And I have worked so hard for my tree to provide for my family. We're not letting rotten apples kill our tree. Okay, that ain't happening. Okay, so you can't be everyone's hero, so you need to create an A team within your organization, right? I personally believe like we're better together. What is it, baby? Hey, we're better together. So my leaders know that if they got something to share, like you don't need to ask me. Get on there and share it. I love that. Like take initiative. Be the leader that I know you are, right? Also, you're not anyone's boss. Okay. So a lot of people are like, "Oh, you're my upline." Like I'm your friend. Like y'all. I'm your friend first and foremost, right? I'm not your boss. You don't need to ask me to do stuff. This is your business. I am a little bit savage like that. Like we are all independent Scentsy consultants. This is our own business. I'm not going to ask you. Yes, Team Rise and Grind. I see some of my girls. I'm not going to ask you to if this is okay in my business, and I don't expect you to ask me. So my team, and that goes in that I trust them. And I think that when you start trusting people and you allow people to trust you, then you're going to realize that people start to just become their own, right? People will walk into their power. People will walk into their leadership. And a lot of times they're like, I didn't even know I could do that. And I'm like, girl, I saw it all along. I mean, I'm glad that you finally see it, but I knew you could do that all along. So, do things. And then my last tip on creating a sticky culture. I know I'm like rambling a little bit, but that's also who I am. Excuse me. My last tip on creating a sticky culture before we get into magnetism is you want to create a place that people don't want to leave. But like I said, wow, I love that so much. Can you please go in there? I love it so much. Can you please go in there? Thank you. I know I already told him to not talk to me while I was doing this. Y'all's kids don't listen either. That's just mine. Let me know. Give me some hearts if your kids also don't listen because I feel you, girl. Okay, so people join for 3 reasons, and you have to know that. I've heard a few times, like, you've got to meet people where you are. That was something that I've had to learn recently. You're going to see so much potential in people who don't see it, either don't or won't see it within themselves, and it's so disappointing, right? It's super disappointing. Let me be clear. I've had dozens of people who I'm like, wow, future SSD right there. I see it all over your face. They never saw it within themselves, so they quit, right? But that's not my job to keep them there. I don't run business for them, and they don't run business for me, right? My job is to hopefully show them their potential, but also realize why people join, okay? So people join Scentsy for 3 different reasons. Funds, money, and I would say that that's a little bit of everybody's reason. I mean, a lot of people are like, I'm afraid to talk about money. I'm not afraid to talk about money. I 100%, I didn't join Scentsy for the money, but I stay Scentsy for the money, right? Like this pays my mortgage, this pays my bills, right? That inflation hit 9% today. We all need a little bit of money, right? So if you're like, oh, it's not for the money, I don't really believe you. Okay, I'm just gonna be clear. I don't really believe you. I think a little bit of money is nice for everybody. But that's not the only reason, okay? That's not the only reason. Some people join for fun, which was my original reason to join. I was a new stay-at-home mom, okay? I had always had a job since I could really remember. And I wanted something to do that wasn't don't get me wrong, I love motherhood. People know, like, it takes pretty much the only reason I'm leaving my kids is for Scentsy Family Reunion. I love my kids. They are the reason I soar, and they're the reason I cry. They're all of the above. They are my kryptonite. I love them more than anything. But it's kind of boring, right? It's like repetition, same over and over again. Just dirty diaper, boo, burp. So that's why I joined Scentsy. I was like, hey, I just kind of need something to do. I'm very creative. I like putting things together. So you can see, like, behind me, I have like possibility packs, all sorts of things. I'm like, that's not what this video is about. But I needed something to do. So I started for fun, right? I needed a hobby. Now it moved into then funds, the money. And then when I really put myself out there, and that's another thing, put yourself out there, okay? I waited so long to put myself out there because I was afraid people would think I was weird. People would be like, burn the witch, like, I don't know, like people would think that I was something that I wasn't because I liked things that they didn't find interest in. When I got out of my head and I realized that there were other people like me, right? I found within this community of Scentsy consultants some of my very best friends and some new friends who I know will become my very best friends. So now I have gone into, okay, I started for the fun. It moved. Now I stay for the funds. And the friends are this beautiful extra, I don't like cherries, like I don't like the cherry on top, but cherry on top, right? That, it's a trifecta of culture that I cannot leave. And I hope to create that within my downline, right? I want them to know that I'm here for you, okay? I'm not here for you, Scentsy consultant. I'm here for you, right? You can come to me for anything. If I don't text you back immediately, I will get back to you. And if I don't get back with you in a day, just bother me again, because like I let y'all know, I'm a busy mom, right? Like, and I would assume that because of my magnetic personality, most of the people under me are also busy moms and they get it, right? So into being magnetic, okay? I know that that's not what this is about, but it's what we're going to make it about, okay? Let me see. Oh my gosh, so many comments. Hey, everybody. Yes, yeah, exactly. That's not the message we were supposed to receive, but it is what we got. Okay, so, whoa, there are so many people. I am so happy that y'all are even on here in this group, pouring into yourself, realizing who you are, stepping into your power. And one thing that I always say to my people is you got to remember who the fuck you are, right? You are so powerful. You are so special. You're divine. You know, the chances of you being you are like, not like 1 in a million. It's like 1 in a bazillion or something. I don't even know the number. I don't even think that's a real word. But the chances of you being you are so small that the fact that you are here today watching me talk means that you are meant for greatness. So step into your power and let's talk about how to become magnetic, okay? So you should, one second, guys. What, baby? Go in the living room, please. He wants to watch me work. He's my biggest critic, which makes me nervous because he's going to be like, you can watch me work. Let's go, baby. Okay, so you should always be searching and listening to how, have your Scentsy goggles on when you're trying to recruit. So you have a team, now what? Well, now what is you keep doing exactly what you were doing to get that team, right? Because Becky said it earlier, the team that takes you to director isn't going to be the team that takes you to star director, and the team that takes you to star director isn't going to be the team that takes you to superstar director. So although, yes, we're doing the same things that certified consultants, essential consultants are doing, no matter what your title is, you've got to learn and evolve and do them differently or do them better. Thank you, baby. He brought me dinner, y'all. This is what work at home mom life is. It's delicious, bud. So yes, you're going to have to be learning how to notice when people need to join conversation. Notice when people need to host this conversation. So for me, I am not spammy. So I'm super anti-spammy. I am so much more share than sell. I would say that selling is not my forte. It's not. I've never hit annual sales, but that's not to say I won't. It's on my goal list. But I am a natural born leader. I am a natural born listener. I'm a natural born empath. So all of those I have learned how to use as my power, right? So although, yes, I'm going to be listening. If someone's messaging me, or not messaging me, posting on Facebook in general, hey, does anyone know of a work from home job? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to comment on it and I'm going to say, you should try what I do. I'm not going to tell them what I do because hopefully they've been watching me enough and I share enough on my page that they know what I do, right? But I'm just going to let them know you should try what I do. And then I wait for them to come to me. That's how I am. That is how I am. I like to wait for people to come to me because I'm a magnet. And I believe that. I believe that I'm a magnet. And I believe that you attract your vibe, right? Your vibe attracts your tribe, that saying, that's real, okay? So, although, yes, You should always be searching and listening, but how can you attract people to you? Let's figure out how to work smarter, not harder. Now, I could easily have 15 spammy conversations a day talking about how people should join Scentsy, or I could become so magnetic and speak how Scentsy blesses my life on such a normal basis that people will come to me. And then guess what? Those are the people who are going to become leaders and not fall off as hobbyists, right? I like to say that like I'm an anomaly, right? I joined under Scentsy.com, was never recruited. It could have been nothing. I could have easily quit, but I rose up and became the person I am today. Not everyone is like that, right? But when people get out of their head and come to you saying, hey, I'm ready to join. Hey, can you tell me a little bit more about what you do? I know that they trust me. I know that they have a smidge, I don't know what the word is, of investment because they came to me. And a little bit of investment goes a long way, right? Because I've also noticed that people will say, well, I don't want to let you down, which is mind-blowing to me because you can let me down if you tried. But the fact that they're saying that means that they're ready to work, which is the people that I want to work with because my vibe attracts my tribe, okay? So when you step into this power and you step into this leadership, there's always going to be that little devil on your shoulder that says, you're such a phony. They don't really like you. You're not very good at what you do. That's called imposter syndrome, right? And have I dealt with imposter syndrome, right? Or like, for instance, a lot of directors who go back into DQ, y'all, that is just a thing. Okay, don't let imposter syndrome let you get so caught up on that DQ that you never get out of it, right? If I had $1 for every time someone's like, I'm back in DQ or I'm SSC again, that's fine. That's fine. And who cares? Who cares? It does. Honestly, no title matters until you hit superstar director anyway, in my opinion, right? It doesn't matter. I could get paid if I'm a director or star director, right? I'm a star director, but it doesn't matter until I hit superstar director because that's my goal, right? I'm not worried about where I am right here because all I see is the light at the end of the tunnel, right? I'm not going to like notice the little lamp right here. That's not what we're doing, okay? So let's talk about imposter syndrome. Oh, imposter syndrome. Okay, let us flip the switch, right? Flip it over. This little devil's right here. And anyone who went to SFR, what was the first speaker's name? Let me see. Somebody tell me. What was the first speaker's name? I cannot remember her name, but I do remember what she said. And she said, let your obstacles become opportunities. So imposter syndrome is my biggest obstacle. And it has become an opportunity for me to figure out what I need to heal. Right? Why do I not see what everyone else sees in me? Why am I not the person? Why, right? It gives us an opportunity, and we're going to talk about mirroring. It gives us an opportunity to heal things that are broken within us so that we can always become better. Because one of those things about sticky culture that I mentioned earlier was always doing things that make you a better person, right? A more developed person, a more well-rounded person. If you like plants, I want you to go fill your office with plants, okay? If you like Halloween, put skulls everywhere. I don't care. I have a whole little skull thing right there. I used to think people are going to think I'm like a dang devil worshiper, which is not the case. And then I realized one day, you know what? That's not the case. And if that's what they think, that's what they think. Who cares? Who cares? They're not my tribe then, right? So, okay. The gift of imposter syndrome is allowing you the opportunity to heal something within you, which allows more self-expression and more flow. Okay, this isn't about flow, but if y'all ever want to talk about flow, all you got to do is get in my inbox. I'm way more easy to reach on Instagram than I am Facebook, so try there first. But with flow, you have two things. You have a receiving and you have giving, okay? So with being magnetic, both are true, right? Because magnet has two different ends. You attract things to you, and then you can repel things away from you. So we're going to talk about attracting things to you, which all starts with trust, okay? And there's two. This is just one of many different elements of magnetism. But with trust, you have to trust your audience, okay? And you also have to trust yourself, okay? So you're going to be doing both in different ways. So it all starts with trust. Trusting your audience means, are you magnetic? Have people come to you without you asking about this opportunity? Have they? Do you have people in your downline who maybe you didn't personally sponsor, but they come to you with questions, right? Because they trust you, right? Does your energy bring people in? Let's talk about that. Does your energy bring people in? Are you a big crybaby all over social media? Do you hate everything? Is all you talk about how horrible the world is and inflation and baby mama drama and I hate my neighbor's grass? I don't know. If that's all you're talking about and you're wondering why people don't come up to you, I can show you why. It's going to be a mirror because your energy your vibrations are super low. You've got to bring your vibrations up. What is good about the world still? There are plenty of things to talk about. What is good about the world still? Okay? Everybody knows what's shitty. Everyone knows. Everyone knows all the things that are horrible going on because it's all our media talks about, and you don't need to be another little bird chirping that song, right? Be different. Does your vibe attract your tribe? This is when you have to get super nitty-gritty with yourself and figure out what the hell is wrong with you. Because you're not perfect. And we're going to talk about being perfect too. It's so overrated. Who cares, right? Yo, my kid was like shitting in a corner the other day and I'm like, y'all, I'm trying to work. I'm taking a picture of Zen. Look at him smiling at me like he knows he ain't doing something he's not supposed to be doing, right? Potty training. It's fun. People relate to that. Why? Why? I don't know. Morgan was talking about her kid pooping on camera. People relate to that, right? Like, I've been there, done that. I get it, girl. Makes me laugh, okay? So, trusting your audience. Are you magnetic, and does your energy bring people in, right? What are you putting out, right? I just talked about that. What are you putting out? Are you, like, if the only thing sensy on your page is flyers and then everything else is about how much you hate the world and you're wondering why you're making a $20 paycheck, that's why. That's why. I hate to be the bearer of bad news or the bearer of real news, but that's why, right? Okay. Trusting your downloads. So we now allow our audience to trust us. What are we trusting in our downloads? So what does that mean, Marissa? It means, like, what are you downloading into yourself? What are you reading? What are you listening to? Have you ever noticed, like, for instance, if I get like really into a sad show, y'all, I get depressed. I really do. I'll start noticing all of the bad stuff, right? If I get really into a funny show, I notice that I become a little funnier, okay? At least I think I do. Or for instance, say you want to buy a car, right? And you're like, man, I love red cars, but I love a Tesla, but I can't afford a Tesla. I promise you, all you're going to start seeing are Teslas driving around you. Because that's what you're attracting. That's the magnet that you're bringing. So what if you did that about yourself? What if you just assumed that everyone liked you, that you're a badass boss, right? What if you just assumed that you were good at what you're doing instead of having that little imposter syndrome tell you you're not? What if you just assumed that this is the life you were made for? What if you just assumed that you are the leader that everyone else sees in you, right? I promise you that you'll start noticing all the good stuff, that you'll start being recognized, what if you got over the fact that 2 people jump on your live and start posting more on YouTube, and then you have 200 people watching because you assumed that you're great and it doesn't matter. What if you just assumed that you are everything you really are? What if you did? What if your whole world changed after that, right? So, trust your downloads. Your beliefs lead to your thoughts, right? We're all just like little tiny babies on the inside, okay? So we all have these conditioned beliefs, and they all lead to our thoughts, which all lead to our behaviors and actions, right? So if your if your belief is that you suck and that you're not good at this, that you can't recruit, that you can't sell, that you can't be a leader, well, then you can't. And I'm just here to tell you then yeah, you're right, you can't. But if your beliefs say that I'm willing to learn, maybe I don't know it now, but I'm willing to learn, I'm willing to make mistakes, and I'm willing to own up to my mistakes, and I'm willing to apologize for my mistakes, and I'm willing to be better than I was yesterday, then guess what? You will be. You will be better than you were yesterday, and then better the next day, and then better the next day, right? Let's see. Okay. So I want you to kind of think about, honestly, what are you downloading? What podcasts are you listening to? What books do you read? Who are the 5 people around you, right? If they are not good for you, cut them off. I don't care if it's your bestie, right? If they are not serving you and they're not serving the self that you want to be in a year, in 5 years, in 10 years, it's going to hurt less cutting them off now than it is in 5 years, okay? So, another thing, don't take yourself too seriously. That's what I used to get caught up on. Oh, people are not going to like that. Oh, I love that, but people are not going to like that. Oh, I can't say that bad word. Don't take yourself too seriously, okay? Because people see themselves in imperfections. They don't see themselves as perfect. So that you don't need to see yourself as perfect, because they're never going to relate to you if you're perfect. Because people don't see themselves in perfection. They see themselves as imperfect, right? Think about yourself for 5 minutes or 5 seconds, really. I promise you, unless you've just done a consistent and beautiful amount of self-work, you're going to be like, oh, well, I'm not this, right? That's okay. That's okay. Maybe they're not that either. That's what y'all are going to relate on, okay? So people see themselves in the imperfections. Also, when you don't take yourself too seriously, this helps you become more magnetic, because life is short, right? People need a laugh. People need to know that they're not alone. People need something to relate to, right? And when you don't take yourself too seriously, it shows that they can trust you. Once again, we're getting that word trust, because that means that you're comfortable in your own skin. And I think that that's really the goal of the human population right now. No, take the iPad away from my computer. Thank you. All the way go. Thanks. We're not going to have whatever Ryan's World, God forbid. Lord have mercy on the Ryan's World. If y'all go through that, I am so sorry. Who decided Blippi was going to be on my TV 24/7? Not me. Not me, okay? Okay, so it's a sign that you're comfortable in your own skin. And I really do truly believe that that's everyone's goal, just to be comfortable in our own skin. The older I get, that's more of the goal every day, right? So on Facebook, on Instagram, whatever social media platform you use. So I run my business 90% through social media, 90% through social media, 5% through Happy Mail, and 5% through just day-to-day interactions, right? People don't want you to be a robot. So don't be a robot. You don't have to know it all. Don't be a perfectionist. Show your real life. Show what you like, right? If you love Harry Potter, go join a Harry Potter fans club. Okay. If you love okay, I'm thinking of things of Facebook groups that I'm in. I'm in a Harry Potter group. I'm in a Gilmore Girls group. I am in a witchy group. I'm in a maximalist group, because my bedroom's black. Yeah, it's a lot of groups. It's a lot of groups. But I find things that I'm interested in, because that makes the people that I'm trying to. And I'm never leading with Scentsy. That's another thing. I never lead with Scentsy any conversation unless they are specifically asking me. But it makes me more relatable to the people I'm trying to relate to. Okay? So, no, thank you. Zayden.
What?
I'm not going to ask you again. Thank you. Okay, so y'all, we're just glad that the 2-year-old's sleeping at this point. I actually have him work alongside me most of the time, so that's why he's just constantly over here. He's doing my stickers. He's putting he's a great help. So, are you a robot? We don't need more robots in the world. Everyone's perfect. I know you do. You don't need to be a robot, okay? You don't need to know it all. You don't need to be a perfectionist, okay? But the main thing is, are you likable? right? I'm not talking about being likable to everyone, right? Because I'm not likable to everyone. Maybe I'm not even likable to most. That's okay though. But are you likable though? Like, do you have a positive outlook on life? Or once again, are you always talking about politics? Are you always talking about, are you a them versus us person? Because that's not going to get you very far. The whole world is them versus us, right? There's a huge divide, them versus us. Whatever the topic is, that's what they want you to be. We need to be a we culture. And that's how you become sticky. That's how you become magnetic, okay? So like I said, show up and assume people like you, and then you'll grow. It'll just be easy to become likable then. Okay? So that will, when you show up and you assume people like you, you naturally take your guard down, and this like little magic happens, and you become more likable, like without even trying, because you just assumed that you were likable, because your mentality and the words that you think about yourself, that whole, if you think you can or you think you can, it's true. Well, it is true. Okay. It really is. That's all of these cliches. Well, I mean, like they're said a million times a day for a reason, because they're true. Okay. Are you fake? Because what happens in the dark will always come to light, right? Don't be an asshole. Don't think you're better than people. Don't think that you are more like, just don't be an asshole. That's a big one. Don't be an asshole. Okay. Do you take your stress out on others? Like, are you, for instance, like the shipping changes, are you going to your group and talking about how horrible Scentsy is and how horrible home office is and how things sell out so fast? Well, then again, you wonder why your group hates Scentsy too, right? I mean, look within. This is not, once again, this is not hard work. This is heart work. Heart. It starts with you. It ends with you. It starts with you and it ends with you. Are you a big asshole? Do you treat people with respect? Do you always get on social media complaining about this, that, and that? Are you a we versus them people? All of those things will kill your success faster than, it's like that, you can work out however much, but if you only eat like donuts and hamburgers, it doesn't matter. It's the same thing. Literally same thing. You can contact 5 million people all day, every day, but if all you're talking about is we versus them, negativity, I hate this, can you believe that? You're just, taking all that hard work and throwing it out the window. Remember who the fuck you are. Remember who you are. Remember the probability that you are who you are, right? Like, if you don't feel good, go throw some mascara on and put some Lizzo on and call it a day and get your dang butt on live, okay? Because your sponsor's not getting on live for you. If you are mad that you made a $25 paycheck, you gotta figure out why, and it starts with you and it ends with you, okay? So, another way to become more magnetic is take a genuine interest in people. So a lot of people are saying like, well, how do you have so many people under you? How do you network so much? And honestly, networking comes naturally when all you do is try to make new friends. And that's all I do. I literally just try to make friends, right? Like, I am going to be friendly at my kids' baseball team or baseball games. I'm going to be friendly unless I absolutely don't want to be talked to. So the only place that I can promise you that I'm unapproachable is the gym, because that is my therapy time. I don't want to be talked to, right? Like, that's okay. I'm not ready to have a conversation there. So if you're always trying to make friends, networking is going to come so much easier. You're not even going to be networking because you're naturally going to be networking, right? So I'm never like, I need you to join. I'm never leading with Scentsy. That's always how I say it. I never lead with Scentsy. Even when people ask me what I do, I never say Scentsy. I just say I own a home and fragrance company and I help people do the same thing. And then whenever we are more connected and I feel more confident in our relationship, I don't ever want people to think that I'm using them or that I need them to be successful, because the only thing that I need to be successful is myself, right? My kids right now, as much as he's bothering me doing this, he is my only reason on why I need to get my ass up and get to work, right? It's not you, it's not her, it's not them. It's my kids, my husband, this house, my bills, okay? So, yeah, I'm gonna put a smile on my face and I'm gonna try to make some friends, right? The whole, I'm antisocial. I am the prom queen of the Antisocial Moms Club. Let me be clear. Naturally, it is work for me to be social, okay? But it's worth it. Like I said, not hard work, hard work. Also, the older you get, the more you got to know. It's not what you know, it's who you know. Let's have a giant like network, right? Not just because of Scentsy, just because of life, right? Like, geez Louise, you never know who you're going to need down the road. Okay, so what's next? Let's talk about it. Another way to become more magnetic is take an interest in people's likes. So if you find someone, like, say, I have, oh my gosh, so many people who I did not directly sponsor, who I'm like, oh, I love you so much. You are my cup of tea. You are my person. And I let them know. I'm not afraid to tell you what I like about you. I'm not afraid to tell you what I don't like about you. But you probably are afraid to hear it. But that's okay, right? That's what I'm, if it is what it is. But I am not afraid. Tell people what you like about them. Ooh, you love their shirt. Tell them. Open up the conversation. People love compliments, y'all. If you don't know now, by working with a ton of women, people like compliments. Compliment them. Don't be fake about it. If you don't like their earrings, don't say you like their earrings. But if you do, I love your earrings. Where did you get them? Those are so cute. Girl, you got amazing eyebrows. I don't know. Okay, whatever you think, you should tell them, right? Also, if I find someone who I'm like, oh my gosh, you love Halloween? I love Halloween, okay? I'm like stepbrothers. Did we just become best friends, right? Because, yep, we did. I'm going to let them know what I like about them. I'm going to let them know what our similarities are. Now, I'm not going to be fake about it. Like, if I don't love NASCAR, I'm not talking about NASCAR with them, right? But yeah, take an interest in people's life. It doesn't always, when you're reaching out to your downline and your team, now that you have one, don't make it all about Scentsy, right? If they put a happy birthday post about their kids on Facebook, don't be an asshole. Go and comment happy birthday to their dang kid, okay? Just be a good person, right? It ain't that hard. It's not that hard. You're overcomplicating it, okay? Let's keep going, y'all. Okay, sorry. I get like, I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and that is okay with me, right? Because the people who know my heart know my heart. And that's a different topic, but it's also important. I assume that everybody likes me, but I know that everybody doesn't. But I assume that whatever story that people have made up about me in their head, whatever villain character that I am playing, that's on them. That's a projection, okay? That ain't got nothing to do with me. I can go to sleep at night knowing that I am who I am. I love who I love. And I'm doing this business for my kids, and that's about it, all right? So point out your similarities, okay? So tell me. I want you to tell me right now. I haven't looked at comments because I'm a damn squirrel. But tell me right now. There's this like exercise, and I even challenge you to go do it on your Facebook. Let's talk about it, okay? So I'm going to go to Google, and I'm going to go find like a cute picture of a 5. Shit, Morgan just did a whole dang thing on Canva. Go make your own, right? But let's just see. I'm going to type in 5, okay? If my phone wants to decide to work today. And it doesn't. That's cool. I only pay like $200 for this bill. It doesn't need to work, right? Okay, so images. I literally just typed in 5, okay? And what I can do is I'm going to go save this, and I'm going to post it on my Facebook page. And I'm going to say, hey, I am super curious. What are the 5 things that you think about me? Like, if you were to see something in a store, what would it be like? Marissa, that's Marissa. I gotta go out of my way to text her, okay? What are those 5 things? And I want you to think about what the 5 things you think are, okay? And then I want you to start creating your brand of magnetism. Your brand is around these 5 things. So for me, watch, I got a ton of my girls on here. They're gonna tell you, probably tough love is number 1. Tough love, boy mom, gym, dogs, Nightmare Before Christmas. Okay. That's my guess, right? Tell me if I'm wrong. If any of my people are here, tell me what you think about me, okay? I don't care if it's me. I literally, y'all can't hurt my feelings, okay? But I can promise you that when you average it all out, like start thinking about what they say, figure out what the top 5 things that you see from everybody who comments 5 things, and what are those things that you want to encompass in your brand, right? And run with them. Start being super true to those things, okay? Start being super true to those things. If you don't like Halloween, I better not, you know what I'm saying? If yours is rainbows, pink, glitter, unicorns, run with that. That's just not me, okay? That's okay. That's why we're both going to be successful, right? If you love Botox, talk about, I literally don't care. I don't care. Whatever you love, it is easy to talk about things you love. It is easy to be positive about things that you love. It is easy. It is easy. Start talking about things you love. Stop talking about things you don't love, okay? You don't have to love everything that Scentsy brings out either. If you are like on live smelling bars and it smells like poo-poo to you, you better not tell me that you like it, because I'm going to be mad when I buy it. I'm going to be like, girl, you said this smelled like rainbows and it smells like poo-poo. I don't know what you're talking about, okay? No, we ain't doing that either. Be honest. Be trustable, okay? Be magnetic, okay? So another thing is eye contact. When you're in like real life, you need to get the hell over yourself and you need to look people in the eyes so that they can respect the boss that you are, and then that you can show them mutual respect that they deserve, because we're all humans, right? Okay, so what else? Point out similarities. The best way to be sticky is to show them how you have unapologetically gotten to where you are. I'm gonna say that one more time. The best way to be sticky, aka magnetic, is to show them how you have unapologetically, don't be scared, it ain't scary, gotten to where you are, right? And don't tell me that you haven't done anything amazing, right? Like if you and y'all, this used to just be nail money for me. I don't even get my nails done anymore, but that's what it used to be for me. It's been Dunkin' money for a while, guys. If y'all know me, y'all know I love me some Dunkin' cold brew, okay? Listen, my people are getting annoyed with Halloween. I don't give a damn how annoyed everybody is. I'm toasting about Halloween, skeletons, hocus pocus, Nightmare Before Christmas year round, baby. That's who I am. That's who I am. I'm a little witchy. I am what I am. I ain't scared about it, okay? So, dig deep. What makes you stand out? That's what makes me stand out. I used to allow that to hold me in. I used to try to be something that I'm not, and my business suffered. My marriage suffered. My motherhood suffered because I was hiding inside of a shell that didn't belong to me. I was like one of them little hermit crabs in a shell that was too small for them. It was time for me to go find a different shell that had black all over it, that probably, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was time for me to be who I was destined to be. And my business bloomed after that because people began to trust me. People began to see me, right? You know how beautiful it is to feel seen? It's amazing to be recognized, to be heard. That is the beautiful thing about Scentsy, and that's part of what is making Scentsy a sticky culture, right? They see us. Home office doesn't have to request me on Facebook, but they do, right? They see me, and that feels good, right? That fuels the ego, okay? And the ego ain't everything, but it's a small part of you, okay? Okay, so we're all mirrors, and this is the last thing I got 5 tips at the end, but my last comment is we are all mirrors, okay? So when people or situations trigger us and try to take away from our magnetism and take away from our sticky culture, because like I said when I first started this video, no matter how sticky or magnetic you are, there will always be people who are intimidated by you, jealous by you, or want to walk away from you, right? Those are not your people. Let them go. Let them go. Let them do it on their own, right? You cannot continue to give things to people who already don't appreciate what you've given them. It will eat you alive. Your marriage, your friendships, your business relationships, all of it. Quit it. Quit it. Cut it out, right? It'll only drag you down. It will eat your brain. All your thoughts will start to circle about that one situation because we're mirrors. You're wondering what it was in you, right? When really it's a projection of them because they're mirroring themselves to you, okay? So, excuse me. When people or situations trigger us, we're allowing others to project their own insecurities and ours because it's a mirror, onto us, when really it's an opportunity to look within and figure out how to grow from. So that is always what I'm trying to do. And that goes back to the people who you keep around you. If you have friends, like I have friends, right, that like I just mentioned earlier, I was able to reach out to a leader who has nothing to do with me. I don't make her a dollar, all from the heart. But because that's who I surround myself with, I'm able to grow from that situation because I'm able to get advice and a different perspective on things, right? So 5 healthy reminders, and then I'm out of here. I talked way longer than I was going to, but that's me too. It is what it is. Okay, but 1, things don't have to go. These are like mantras that I tell myself that I have that has helped my magnetic personality, right? Things don't have to go my way in order for me to be okay. That I am a control freak. So that's my problem, especially like when people walk away from you, not even in Cincy, but in general. I lose control over that situation. And that's where my anxiety will start to like, the little imposter syndrome right here. You're a bad this. You're not good at this. No, I had to remind myself that things don't have to go my way or the way that I planned for me to be okay, right? As long as I have my house, my kids are healthy, my dogs are healthy, my husband's happy, I'm going to be okay, right? 2, I did not come this far to quit after coming this far. So if you're having a bad month, a bad season, a bad year, I get it. It's been a ringer, okay? You did not come this far to quit after coming this far, okay? Don't do it. Don't let me see you quit. Girl, you better step into your power, step into your greatness, and remember who the fuck you are, okay? We're going to make shirts, okay? 3, I can do hard things because I've done them before and I'll do them again. Right? Self-explanatory. 4, if someone reacts to my boundaries, it was more proof and evidence that that boundary needed to be set. If someone is throwing a fit about your business hours, about you not calculating tax or time zones for them, well, there's your light bulb moment to know that they needed that boundary because you are not McDonald's. You are not open 24/7, okay? This ain't Burger King. You don't get to make it your way. And then number 5, like the whole thing has been about, whatever you assume to be and believe to be true is true. So if you don't believe that Superstar Director will be after your name, then it won't. If you don't believe that you're going to pay your mortgage off with Cincy Paycheck one day, then it won't. But if you do, and you put in the hard work and the heart work, it will. It will. So I love you guys. Let me put my glasses back on. I hate the glare, but I'm a little blind. I'm not gonna lie. But I love you guys. I'm blessed to be here. Thank you for listening to me talk for 1 hour and 3 minutes because Lord have mercy, that was a long time. If you want to follow me on Instagram, my name is mother.faulkner, and I am funny like that. Okay, that's cool. That's my name. And then I also have a YouTube channel. So all you have to do is search my name, Marissa Faulkner. Let's be friends, okay? I am here for new friends. So I hope you guys learned something. And wow, this was awesome. Okay, I don't know how to get out of here, though. I don't do my computer very often.